Just like the Pointe-Noire port, African ports are increasingly reinforcing their exploitation capacities by installing new infrastructure, signing concession contracts, and multiplying initiatives to better integrate international trade. Port officials from the continent want more presence in the world market and have been brainstorming on how to solidify regional cooperation.
The intra-African trade is very low, less than 35%. The rate of African trade is very low at a global level, less than 3%. This is not fair. Therefore, we Africans are at a lower level in the port sector. We have agreed that we must put these questions into consideration, hands in hands, create templates for what we can play with on the attractiveness of strategic Africa, speak with the same voice, and be able to strengthen our bargaining power.
In recent years, African ports have been working to accelerate their pace to comply with current realities. They hope to reduce the gap that separates them from the European and Asian structures. How can they get there? Which strategies should be implemented to place Africa at the center of trade and maritime traffic in the world? These issues were discussed during the 33rd summit of the Association of Ports Management in West and Central Africa, as well as the 11th Pan-African Conference Association of Ports Cooperation, which was held from the 13th to the 17th of February in Dakar, Senegal. Under the theme Quality Approach in African Ports towards ISO certification, the Dakar Forum helped in drawing up priorities for better sustainability of ports. From boosting competitiveness to strengthening infrastructure and cooperation to meet the requirements of globalization, the challenges seem enormous. And in the context of crisis, stakeholders from across Africa believe public-private partnership is the best way forward.
The ports are preferential zones for the installation of industries. We therefore have the pressure of these industries. We have environmental responsibility to manage. These are all the things that makes up the challenges that we have talked about. But challenges in the context of scarce resources is not what should be noted. Today, the states have put a priority so that the resources are allocated to other sectors as important as the port. But the port themselves also do not have the infinite means. It is reconciled to of this need for investment, large investments, and interest of the state and for citizens.
To do this, port officials in Africa rely on increased support from donors while calling for a reduction of procedures. The African Development Bank said it is ready to support them, but has put forward some conditions.
So far, we believe that African ports, they need to really prepare feasibility studies that will point in the direction of the type of finances that will be required. We can channel resources to support ports from public sector window of the bank, and we can channel resources to support port development from private sector window of the bank. Then we can use both on a particular project, the two windows. So we are prepared to help to develop ports, to modernize ports, to rehabilitate ports, and to expand ports.
Modernization and expansion remains the major issues of the new policies for the management of African ports, considered a dynamic sector capable of doing better.